Alright, y'all can hit me with the fraud alert. I completely forgot that we had a live stream the other day. I already went ahead and made the Taiga, Jaguar Man video. So when I woke up and saw that Indra was out, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. We were getting the details, that night on the new character that was coming out. Now, obviously, you don't see any background gameplay for this video because we are so close. I mean, we're within tiddlywinks distance from the anniversary and summer and stuff over on JP. There's absolutely no shot I'm going to be summoning on this guy, despite how cool he is. I've already seen some really fun fan art coming out from some nice memes and whatnot, and he seems really cool, but I'm not going to be summoning for this guy. But I still wanted to go over his details because I haven't looked at them yet. Somehow I've gone the entire day without seeing any of his stuff. I mean, I was surprised that we don't even have his Final Ascension stuff here. Okay, that's kind of interesting. People in the comment section down below can give me all the lore on that. I know Indra's like king of the gods in Hinduism, I think... He's not Arjuna's dad. No, I think he is, because Karna is the son of Surya, and pretty sure Arjuna is the son of Indra. People can let me know that in the comment section down below, which I know is like a really big deal. I'm pretty sure Vasavi Shakti is also something that Indra gave to him. It's like, that's why Karna's like, oh, I dedicate this strike to Indra, right? It's like, that's why he has to take off the armor and stuff, because, he exchanged his armor, which was his skin. We're getting into lore talk right now, right? We're here to we're here to talk about the units, all right? I can't gas up how much I really enjoy how the Hindu characters are handled in FGO and how cool a lot of their lore is. But, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let's just start diving into this. So, King of the Gods EX. 50% battery? Yep, you can't be a good character nowadays if you don't have a 50% battery, so cool. On buff activate for 1 turn. 10% gauge when he's receiving healing or max HP up, except for HP regeneration, craft essences, or command codes. So that's interesting, right? What is he quick Buster Arts? He's quick. Okay, that's a little annoying, because I was gonna say, if he was Buster or Arts, you could give him an extra 10% battery when you use the hero creation from Merlin or Proto Merlin, and that would give him a free 10% battery on top of his 50%. I'm assuming, though, that since none of the quick supports, pretty much just the 2 Scotties we have, offer any heal... I mean, I guess technically you have Osaka Behime that gives you a max HP buff. Technically that's a quick support you could use with him that would proc that, but I'm assuming he's going to have something that does proc this for himself. It only lasts for 1 turn, so that's a little annoying. But 50% battery is still good regardless. Like, this is a nice, neat addition to his kit. Maybe we'll see that he has numerous ways to proc things, right? Maybe he gives himself 5 healing buffs, so he really has 100% battery. But off rip, 50% battery is never going to be bad. Is he AoE or is he single target? He is all enemies. Okay. So we need to be looking at this guy. Okay, that means you're looking at his NP gain. 0.55%. That's not super high, but... maybe he'll have NP gain, maybe have a big quick buff or something, so we can be doing the looping, right? We can't have the King of the Gods looking like a fraud, all right? Like, that's what I'm getting at, right? This guy can't be like, I'm the King of the Gods and not able to loop. So, Mana Burst Divine Thunder makes sense. Indra's the Lightning Thunder guy. So, it's a 20% quick arts and buster for 3 turns. Ooh, I love these. I love these type of effects, that whenever you use a different card type, you get an associated buff. I think these characters are always a ton of fun to use. It's why I love using people like the Dio Scurry, because, they have the thing where their arts cards, provide them stars, and then their quick cards provide them with more NP. I really like that stuff. So if you use his arts or quick, you get an additional 10% quick performance buff. That's interesting. And then if you use his quick cards, you get 10% crit damage for 3 turns. That's not too bad. Right, Omni buff that also anytime you use the Arts and Buster, which... Okay, he is rocking the double Buster deck, which is good. Right now, if you're not in the know, maybe you haven't used Ruler Scotty, but Ruler Scotty gives you 100% Buster crit damage. So she gives you more quick, like 65% from 1 Scotty, than the OG one does, but instead of giving you quick crit damage, she gives you Buster crit damage. So quick is kind of in this odd meta space right now where you want to balance your card types, right? Like having a character that has quick and Buster cards, right, that are like, really heavy on their kit, going light on the arts cards means that effectively all 4 of these card types will have 100% crit damage on them, because you get 100% quick crit from Caster Scotty, and then you get 100% Buster crit damage from Ruler Scotty. So effectively, you have 4 cards that are doing 100% crit damage. So that's really nice. I'm a little concerned because As an AoE character, he is going to be suspected to how well he's going to be able to loop. Now, I'm sure he will still be able to loop. I'm just curious to see to what extent, because a 20% quick buff is a little low, and you can't guarantee that you're going to find... Well, I mean, you can find your Arts and Buster cards in the middle of your farming and stuff, but you don't want to run into a weird spot where you accidentally take somebody out with one of your Arts and Buster cards before launching the NP to get more of a quick buff, because that means you're going to be refunding less because there's less enemies. So we'll see what he has for that, but it'll definitely make him very interesting going into different boss fights. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, but it's going to be a 30% attack buff for 3 turns. That is already monstrously good. He gets bonus damage, okay, against your serpents, your dragons, those guys. I think that comes from, again, this is my Hindu lore heads in the comments. Y'all can let me know. I'm pretty sure Indra's the one that beat Vitra, right? Like, Vitra's like this super invincible dragon thing, and she has this, like, her defenses are like, what? It's a little like the water is wet thing is how I always try to remember it. It was something weird in regards to that, so I'm assuming that's why he has the Serpent or Dragon mod. The Serpent mod actually being introduced with Bisquion's event. It's actually kind of nice, because it gives him a 3rd power mod, technically, so that's kind of nice. And then 30% against Demonic, and then 30% crit damage. So, okay, they're not the craziest power mods in the fact that their values aren't super high, but it's a nice smattering, right? There's a good amount of Dragon, Demonic, and then including Serpent enemies in the game that you'll be able to find. So, you know, bringing him into farming or boss fights, you'll often encounter people that have these traits. Not having the charisma that, like, usually your attack characters will have. So he's not really good in that multi-core sense, but I would expect somebody called the King of the Gods to be a bit more selfish and give themselves more attack. I'm curious. I'm going to go ahead and open up the NP damage chart, because usually they're pretty quick about getting that stuff down. I want to see how hard this guy's able to hit. But right now we have a good smorgasbord of stuff. I see. All right, there's the additional. There we go. There. Okay, I see. There's the additional quick buff. So we're starting off at 30%. That's fine. We have 18% passive crit damage. Is a little crazy. Heavy drinker. So he gets bonus healing. And then, okay, so he doesn't natively heal himself anywhere. But when the skill is up, anytime you do hit him with a healing buff, this could actually be really nice with like an Asclepius, right? That guy is just like generally good as a looping support. That Asclepius already gives you 20% and the NP gain, but he also heals. So whenever Asclepius hits him with this skill, if the first skill is still up, you can get 20% out of that. That's not bad. It's not the most broken thing of all time, but it is just nice. It's like a neat little thing that he has that definitely will come up with supports that you're going to use. I mentioned Osaka Behime earlier because she does the max HP up, so that's nice. Okay, so that's good. What is... You're a anti-lancer... Yeah, you're an anti-lancer lancer. That's kind of funny. Alright, cool. So then we have 6 hits. NP damage. Okay. So, okay, that was the other thing I was thinking. I was like, well, maybe if he heals on NP, he does this translates to anytime he fires his NP, he refunds at least 10% back. 20% while this is up for that one turn. So, it's kind of like if you've ever used any of the Artoria characters, like Saber Artoria, Saber Alter, Lancer Artoria, Ruler Artoria. If you've ever used any of them where they refund a set amount on their overcharge, that's kind of what he's doing, because he's going to proc this every time he fires his NP. This is really nasty. Removing all enemy buffs is disgustingly good. Unfortunately, this doesn't stack. That's a little sad. I'm a little sad to see that, but it's still not bad. For being able to remove all enemy buffs, it's just pretty nasty, right? You go into a boss fight, they give themselves a billion attack buffs, they dodge randomly when it's not an opportune time for them to do so. You know, they're trying to slow you down, and then Indra just says, nah, catch this L. If you don't have unremovable buffs, you're gonna get slam dunked. You know, you're getting Tim Tam slammed into the ground. But this guy does seem good. He doesn't seem nutty. Like, he's not like the most broken character, but he does seem good. So... okay, because I was like, because this is a CE, this isn't going to proc it, but they say, no. But they're like, no, this specifically works with his passive skill, because of course it does. That's, that's how it's intended to work. So this is a nice Grand Lancer candidate, potentially. 30% NP damage to go along with his overcharge over here. That's 40% total when he fires his NP. Not bad. And then effectively, you get his Bond CE. Not only is he healing, which is nice because quick supports really aren't healing you at all, but it does also translate to 10% NP every single turn, and then 20% when this is up. This guy does seem pretty good. They're drawn by Paco. Nice. This guy does seem pretty nice. It's not like, oh, you gotta summon for this guy. Like, if you don't summon for Indra, you're a big, dumb, stupid idiot. But, yeah, like, I'm looking at... Here, let me readjust this so you guys can kind of see. Yeah, like, damage is not bad. Like, this is not bad for an AoE unit with no power mods or anything. And then, obviously, you can see that if you get one of his power mods, if you can double stack his power mods, you can start getting up to some pretty nasty numbers. You can start competing with even some of these single targets up here in terms of his damage. But yeah, this is not bad damage. I would just be curious to see how well he's able to loop. And yeah, I think that's really it. But I don't think you have to go out and summon for this guy. If you're like me and you don't really spend anything on JP, you can just wait for anniversary and stuff. But this is just like a neat dude. Like, if you're looking at your Destiny Order summon, in like 2 years or on JP, if you're going to be doing that, and you just don't have a good target for a Lancer, maybe you've already got a Reshkigal, you've already got Melusine, this ain't a bad guy to throw up there. I mean, because realistically, outside of them, it's like, yeah, like Melusine would always be like a really good option. Like, I think Beam is pretty solid. Bisquion's obviously really good, and so is Reshkigal. But if you're kind of getting outside of that, you have like some of these main really big heavy hitters, mainly just Melusine and Bisquion and Reshkigal, I would say. Indra's not a bad guy to put up there. Like, he's like a strong dude you can kind of scoop up. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like this servant is really solid. I like what they did. I don't really have too many complaints outside of the fact that maybe it would be nicer if they started at 30%. That way you could have like that 40% quick buff. I do think that'd be okay for your King of the Gods, right? But, I mean, yeah, like what, he's natively rocking 48% crit damage that rises anytime he uses his quick cards? I mean, like, this guy's gonna be critting, he's gonna be refunding his NP. He just seems like he'll flow really well, right? He just seems like he's got a lot of really good stuff going for him. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Don't think it's a must summon, especially so close to anniversary and stuff, but if you really like, the Hindu mythology and stuff, and you want to, complete your different pieces of Exodia, as it were, you got Karna, you got Arjuna, you got Bhima, you got all these guys. Indra's not a bad guy to summon for. Like, I'll tell you that if you want to summon for him, I would say you could do so in confidence. I just wouldn't recommend it because anniversary is right around the corner, and anniversary characters are usually nut-bustingly broken, right? Like, let's be honest. And then summer is always going to be bringing in some really, really strong characters. But no, yeah, like, summon for him if you like him. But if not, you're not really, like, missing out on too much. He just seems like a really good character overall. What I don't want to see is quick AoE. I've seen enough. I'm going somewhere else. So don't discredit him just because he's quick. He seems like he'll be pretty strong. So on that note, as per usual, if you like the daily FGO content grind, a like on the video and a subscription to the channel would be super helpful. It's free, helps me out more than you know. There's the Patreon down in the description down below if you want to go that extra mile in helping to support the channel and get access to some bonus content. And then I would be streaming Star Rail today, but me and some of the boys are going to be doing something, which, I mean, it kind of sucks because I'm like, man, I want to summon on Phaon for stream and stuff, but I was like, all right, but the boys are free, the boys are assembling, I gotta do my part and show up. All right, okay, we could go do that. But yeah, so normally Tuesday, Thursday is going to be like other associated games, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday is usually FGO, as long as I don't have something going on. So yeah, I think with all that being said, I'm going to stop yapping here. I'm going to let you guys go, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace, late guys.